Elden Ring just launched on Steam, and while AMD and Nvidia came prepared before the launch, Intel seemed to have missed this opportunity. However, Intel is looking good with the all-new Core i9-12900KS processor, as well as AMD's Ryzen 7000 series CPUs are coming with integrated graphics. We will talk about that later, so stay till the end and subscribe if you don't want to miss any latest PC hardware news. Elden Ring is getting unbelievably high rating from different reviewers, and it is very common for hardware companies to make their PC components, particularly the graphics cards, prepared for the AAA titles like this. AMD and Nvidia both launched their graphics drivers to bring maximum optimization for the game. Yes, while there are still a lot of performance issues going with the game, the issues are getting solved rapidly. Meanwhile, Intel also promised something that I didn't expect. In a tweet on the 18th Feb, Intel promised to launch its Day Zero graphics driver on 24th February, just a day before the game's launch. It was supposedly to optimize Elden Ring's performance. However, when you click on the download button, the page that opens doesn't provide any links to the latest graphics driver. The latest driver you can see here was released on 15 November 2021. This driver is for Intel 6 to 12 Gen processors and also includes the Iris Xe graphics family. Intel has now tweeted about the cause for its delay. It tweeted that they have found an incompatibility issue with the game and their developers are working on it to eliminate the issue. The latest driver, of course, I believe will only be launched for the Alder Lake iGPUs like the UHD 770 and Xe Iris GPUs on mobile Alder Lake Edge processors. This driver can't be made for the Arc GPUs as there is still quite some time left before the Arc GPUs hit the market. Meanwhile, I still don't think that releasing any driver for Elden Ring will be sufficient, as Intel UHD 770 and the Xe Iris GPUs are not capable of playing the game as it should be. The minimum recommended GPU for the game is GTX 1060 3GB or the RX 580 4GB. Xe Iris GPUs are very entry-level graphics cards that aren't suitable for playing any intensive AAA title like Elden Ring. So even if Intel launches its new driver, I still don't think that the gaming experience on these GPUs will be good enough. Now Intel fortunately is at least looking good considering the Alder Lake CPUs. The latest addition to the family is the Core i9-12900KS which Intel showed at CES. A recent leak on Geekbench shows that the i9-12900KS is going to come up with up to 5.5 GHz of boost clock compared to 5.2 GHz on the i9-12900K. It will also come with a significantly higher TDP of 150 watts, making it more overclockable than the non-S edition. Now in the test, an Asus ROG Strix Z690F gaming Wi-Fi motherboard was used and the single core score of this CPU achieved the highest position ever with 2100 points. Previously the record was maintained by the i9-12900K with around 2000 points. So the i9-12900KS is supposedly going to be the fastest gaming processor. However, it is still behind the Ryzen Threadripper and Xeon CPUs in multi-core performance. That said, AMD is also looking to be making some significant changes in the upcoming Ryzen 7000 series Raphael CPUs. According to a rumor shared by Komachi, the Raphael CPUs will come with iGPUs with up to 4 compute units or 256 shaders and a clock speed of 1100 MHz. Komachi, however, cleared that it is just his guess. However, according to video cards, the latest AMD patch shows that the SMU version 13.0.5 mentions the GFX clock of 1100 MHz that relates to the iGPUs on Ryzen 7000 series CPUs. These iGPUs will be based on Arduino 2 architecture but won't be as powerful as the Rembrandt iGPUs found on the Ryzen 6000 series APUs. The reason is quite simple. These are not like the Ryzen APUs meant for high GPU performance, but are meant to provide quality performance for basic graphics needs. If AMD equips the desktop Ryzen CPUs with the iGPUs as rumored, then we can see the competition between Intel and AMD going harder than ever, especially when AMD's CPU share is declining after the success of Intel Alder Lake family. Let's wait for some more solid reports on this. Till then, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and as always, I will see you next time.